Just out here in the freaking woods for the sunset. Just freaking blowing off some steam. He's a little bird fan. He flew right over there. Man, I'm just so freaking tired of the authoritarian, freaking adversarialness of society. Okay, let me explain this. Look, check this out. It's like, let me explain to you what adversarial is like. Once again, I'm going to use the cult classic Menace to Society as a freaking example, right? But it starts off, and they're in this fucking Korean store, right? And the woman's over there with a duster, like sweeping up people's footprints, but really she wasn't. This is the proverbial, the spook who sat by the door position, anyway. Like a janitor can get access to a freaking, like a restricted area, and that's the gray man. But this woman's like, he looks at her and he goes, "Look, woman, stop following me around. I ain't gonna steal anything." And I think even he whips out a big wad of money and he's like, "Look, I ain't gotta steal shit." But she's like, "Hurry up and buy." And then the man's like, the clerk says to him something like, ooh, look at that little moth. Nice. He disrespects his mom and he goes, "What you say about my mama? What you say about mama?" And he goes, "Wah!" And just pops him. The woman starts screaming and then pops her. I mean, look, the dude probably would not have done that. I mean, this is fictional, but look, this is how it goes down in real life, man. Sometimes people just fucking snap, dude. It's like, and it ain't about the person. It's about this adversarial nature of fucking society, dude, that it's Willie Lynchism. It pits us all up against one another. And I'm telling you, this happened with the Indians too, man, where they had this thing like the full bloods versus the half breeds. And that's the same way that the light skins supposedly came around in America. And they have the same dichotomy going on where, and I mean, it is true. It seems like that some people act like the darker black people are just like, they're horrible looking or whatnot. I mean, I don't know. I ain't got much to say about all that, but look, I've seen it, so I bear witness to it, that it exists. You know what I'm saying? Freaking, that's the thing, dude. We're supposed to bear a witness and give a testimony. So it's like, in other words, it's like you're observing. You wait on God with this knowledge that He will present something to you for you to observe and bear witness to. And sometimes it's just around the sidelines. Other time that's your opportunity to intercede or minister or whatnot, man, or admonish, which means give a harsh warning. You know what I'm saying? This is our job. Our job isn't just to blow smoke up people's asses, man. We're also supposed to freaking, like it says in Jeremiah, I put you here to build and tear down, to plant and to pluck up. And I mean, look, so that's the dichotomy of this thing. But God does not want us walking around all adversarial with people, even when the spirits, forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be, it even says this, it's like plain. It says, laugh when they laugh, cry when they cry. You know what that's called? It's called fucking empathy. You know what I'm saying? And that's called common fucking courtesy and humanity and shit like that, dude. That's what that is. That's like, oh yeah, it's some kind of fucking idealism. No, it's not really, dude. That's just should be common. That should be standard, but it's just, it's almost like common sense is a superpower because it's so uncommon now. But once you get it, you see through everything and you don't get along with anybody but other people who have common freaking sense. And just because you have common sense don't make fucking mistakes sometimes, because you still are human. That's part of our flawed sin nature. We were born into sin, which means into a fucking psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic, freaking corrupted society. And it was that way since the times of Noah. That's at the beginning. Abraham, I don't even think was around yet. You know what I'm saying? Is that correct? Think so. But anyway, man, there's this fucking, and that's the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Part of it was because they were inhospitable to strangers. They were actually predatory. They were actually the opposite of love thy neighbor. They were like, hey, let's go jack them. You know, you can ad lib in whatever you want there, but Let's go let's rape, rob, and pillage our neighbors. It's like, think about this, dude. Love thy neighbor as thyself, okay? Look, Canada, it's not part of the U.S., but there are neighbors. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got nothing against them motherfuckers. The Mexicans, I ain't got shit against them neither, dude. I mean, hey, but we all do jacked up shit, man. Freaking jacked, or it's not. I can't say, oh, you Canadians are responsible for the freaking schools that killed Indian kids. You know what I'm saying? Freaking look, I've seen it, heard about it, and I can't look. I can't, blanket statement say I can't trust none of you Mexicans because there's cartels down there. And there's a lot of wild motherfuckers like still like roaming around there for sure. Per capita is wild. It's renowned for that. And I'm not cutting nobody down. Not talking shit. Not saying, oh, it's a real shithole. No, I went to Mexico, had a great ass time, man. It's beautiful down there. I like the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. That's it, buddy. Freaking but it's just so adversarial. Like like I said, listen, like anytime you go to get any kind of medical help, it's adversarial. They look at you like you sick man of Asia. Like they did the same campaign when they were taking drugs, opium, and they were using it to destabilize China, take it down. It was basically an old school Iron Mountain report where other nations were taken over other nations through trade and other in other forces to steal their resources. It's like basically like with the Indians getting the furs for the glass beads. Glass beads were a lot easier to procure than the furs actually were. So I mean, it was a bunk deal. And then even with the money system, here, man, here's these 10 freaking gold coins for your land, and not having the proper communication and interpretation, not knowing exactly, like, look, not being forthcoming about not revealing everything that you needed to say about it. But I mean, I get it, man. That adversarial thing. I mean, there's plenty of. It's how can you trust these people, or how can you move forward? Well, first of all, I mean, you kind of got to forgive it. You know what I'm saying? In a way, give it to God and shit. Acknowledge it, observe it. Don't get hung up on it. Hey, be angry and sin not. Hey, even if it makes you mad, that doesn't mean you have to add insult to injury, or you don't have to repeat the pattern in the cycle of the blood for blood, fucking tooth for tooth, eye for an eye, dude. And then you can bury the hatchet, so to speak, but they don't want the hatchet buried. It's everywhere you go. At the bank, let me see your ID, sir. You go to the store, you whip out real money, dude. I never fucked with no fake money, dude. Every time I whip out $100 bill, fucking, it's like they gotta hit it with the fucking thing, with the make sure it's real pen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. It's kind of a slap in the face. That's almost like men in society, like, what, motherfucker? What you say about my dollar? What you say about my dollar? Wham! You know what I'm saying? I mean, in a way, I can look. Hey, it's tough out here. It's spiritual warfare, temptation, constantly. Hey, count it not strange when you find yourself in the fiery fucking trials, man. And sometimes I find myself there. It only confirms that the word is true. And I can, and look, I believe it because that's correct. That is in the perfect world look, to do the right thing, the righteous thing. How can you ever say that's wrong? Unless you're just weird and you just like to fucking, play both sides of the fence whenever it's convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's manipulative and that's exploitative. That's having your cake and eating it too. And that's an asshole. Who likes that? Who can't say that that's greedy or bogus or look, you know what I'm saying? Look, I don't advocate all that freaking dumb shit anymore. Immature, freaking programmed, indoctrinated shit I learned from living in a world of sin. You know what I'm saying? With all these adversarial people. Frickin' and if they get a chip on your shoulder, it's like the proverbial vampire or the zombie. Frickin' the zombie bites you, you turn into the zombie. You get bit by the vampire, you turn into the vampire. Oh, you went to go kill the werewolf and you did kill him, but he just scratched you before he died and now you're a werewolf. It's proverbial. Look, forgiveness is for you, as much as it's more for you than it is for the other person. But I mean that can vary. Uh, but let me think. More adversarial shit. Yeah. Police, freaking, you're guilty. Hey, let me search your car. I smell something. Look. Sir, put your hands up. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, as if automatically I'm an adversary, when it could just be something mundane, like, so what, motherfucker? My tags are a little late, man. Economy's fucked. Alright? Does that make me a piece of shit? I mean, that guy looked at me like I was the biggest piece of shit on the planet. I mean, that is not empathy. That is not motherfucking mercy. That is not fucking righteousness, dude. You know what I'm saying? It was bullshit. So, I mean, look, I was really mad. I mean, I still am a little fucking tender about it. But look, so far, so good. Some other brother from another actually paid my fucking ticket for me, dude. I mean, and I didn't even want to still pay him. I was just that fucking bitter about it. And I'm exhibiting that adversarial nature now. And I don't want to, but it's just, look, hey, man, I'm working through it, man. I'm dealing with it, man, day to day. One day at a time, motherfucking lesson learned. I'm wiser now, but look, it's not that you don't come out of this shit without wounds, man. You know what I'm saying, dude? And, I mean, let me think of some more adversarial, like, court, man. Freaking, like, look, every time you're like, man, I am getting pimped through the child support in front of the court. Well, you shouldn't have stuck your dick in her. That's what every woman says. That's like the pre-programmed adversarial fucking response. Feminist fucking programming that they've used on that generation. My fucking parents and shit, and their parents freaking were the beginning of it. But look, you know, I mean, I can see the wazzle dazzlement. You know what I mean? And it's like they exploit us, but that's the thing. We live in a very adversarial fucking world, man. I mean, even in your relationships, you got narcissistic bosses that are fucking, when it's convenient, you know, they scapegoat or dump all their fucking stress on you because, look, you might not be up to their expectations at the moment, and it's adversarial. And they say that it's cutthroat. It's like big fish eat little fish. It's Trumpism. Like, even Tupac said it, and forgot which documentary it was, but he said when he coined the term thug life, he said Trump and corporations. That was his real totem kind of like imagery, symbolism that he was saying when it's a thug life. Man, it almost looks like a keyhole in the freaking cloud there. Freaking but yeah, dude, and it does take a toll, man. And it's like, you need other people that understand, man, freaking, and look, can relate. And you should be able to lean on each other a little bit like this. Like, what's it say in the Bible? Woe unto him who, when he falls, he's alone. He has no one else to lift him up. That's why it says, forsake not the frickin' assembly. You know what I mean? It says, one man can cast 1,000 demons, but two men 10,000. So it's like, look, when people are together in faith and of one mind, the mind of Christ, look, your power is increased. It's exponentially increased, it would seem. So if that's the case, then 3 should be able to put 10,000 of light, and 4 should be 100,000. I mean, potentially here, I'm just only following the footsteps that was left before me. Look, just following the pattern. But yeah, man. But yeah, because life is so hard, they got bullies and harassers and gang stalkers, right? Fucking, they're doing it because they're adversarial. And they see everyone else as the threat, as the enemy. That's the Willie Lynch. It's your own, look, they're looking at their own citizens like there could be potential terrorists or potential spies. You could be a potential deserter, dissenter. So that's that paranoid mindset, man, that there's a frickin', you know, some psycho in the bush waiting to jump out of every bush and just rape some broad and blow himself up. But it's not true. That doesn't fucking happen. It's all hype. And they're making people look at people as subhumans or some kind of villainization of certain groups freaking, you know what I'm saying? It's deep. But it's all programmed.